Alright, so I know a lot of people have been struggling with the third encounter of the Vow of the Disciple raid, so I've developed some strategies that's worked for me because I've struggled with it myself, but I feel like what I'm going to share with you guys today is going to give you a very good way to either teach it or just do it yourself so people are not getting confused, messing up their roles, and we'll see if it makes it easier for you to do it moving forward. The encounter isn't really that bad, but what makes it hard to do for some people is just not having a strategy to go with, knowing who should be doing what so that you don't have to wipe when you get to certain rooms. So if you guys have any questions as I go through the different strategies, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it, to figure it out with you or for you. First, I'm going to describe the layout of the encounter. There are 4 rooms and you need to shoot the correct symbols on the door leading to each room to be able to progress through the encounter. And as you advance to each room, a new buff is added to help you along the way. So first thing we'll do is talk about the relics that we need to get in each room. The first one is the Vault of Glass relic, which I like to call the Darkness relic. While you do this encounter, you gain darkness stacks that make your screen go darker over time. And when you get to 10 darkness, you die. So if you use the aim button to create a cleanse bubble, that helps remove the darkness stacks from anybody that's within it. The second relic is the Eater of Worlds relic. For those people who play the Leviathan raid, I like to call that one the Peanut relic. This one is used to kill the shielded taking knights, which add more time for you to complete each room. These knights usually spawn in the middle or at the end of each room after glyph keepers have been killed. The third relic is the Taken relic, similar to the one for the Last Wish raid. In room 3 and room 4, there are small blights that tether enemies, which stop you from being able to kill them. Using the grenade button, this relic removes those small blights so you can actually kill the enemies. So let's talk about teams. For this encounter, you want to have 3 teams: the Taken team, the Darkness team, and the Peanut team. Team Peanut should be the people who are least confident learning the mechanics and usually struggle with any kind of jumps and puzzles, because in this encounter you're gonna have to jump a lot if you're not using that buff. Then the Team Darkness and Team Taken, you choose one person from each team that's gonna be your callers for the symbols in each room. This will be Darkness 1 and Taken 1. The reason why I set out the callers right away is to make sure that you always have people with alternating buffs that are gonna call out the entire time. That way, instead of 6 different people calling out, you have just 2 people and they already know that it's their job to do it as soon as they get in. You also have these as your more comfortable people with the symbols, so it makes it easier for them to just get ready, call out, and you can figure out what matches and move on. Now that you know who's going to be dealing with which relic, you want to have Peanut 1, Taken 1, and Taken 2 on the right hand side, Peanut 2, Darkness 1, and Darkness 2 on the left hand side. You want to stay on your side in every room. Don't try going back and forth unless you have a relic that requires you to do so. Just stay on your side because it makes it easier for you to be able to clear enemies. Even if you have a buff in your hand, it just makes it easier having someone else there with you, at least distracting the enemies, even if you can't do that much damage with some of the relics. And if you do have a relic that requires you to move around, go ahead, kill a knight, cleanse somebody, and then come back to your side to keep helping. So for room 1, we'll have caller 1 pick up the Peanut. He'll kill the Taken and proceed to make the callouts on the right side of the room. He'll always make 3 callouts, while caller 2 only has to respond with what symbol matches. Alright, it is Brain Square Black Garden.
Square?
Then anyone can shoot the symbols on the door to get into the safe room that leads to room 2, and whoever has a relic just goes into the safe room and puts the relic back on the shelf. That would only be color 1 for this room. Then you could have Darkness Relic 1 and Peanut Relic 1 pick up the relics and head into room 2. For room 2, the Darkness Relic holder goes back and forth from left to right, cleansing both teams as they clear their glyph keepers. Once both glyph keepers are killed, Peanut 1 heads to the end of the room to take out the Taken Knight. Once it's dead, he comes back to help with the next glyph keeper. Once that's dead, he kills another Taken Knight in the same spot as he killed the first one. So essentially you have one person cleansing people so you could see and so you don't get too high in your darkness stacks, and then the person with the peanut goes back and forth after glyph keepers have been killed to be able to extend the time. Once the second knight has been killed, Darkness 1, who is color 2, does not need to cleanse anymore and can look to confirm the first set of symbols closest to the exit. Color 1 and color 2 will work together to figure out what symbols match on each side. Once you know the symbols, you shoot them on the door to proceed to the next safe room and put the relics back in. Worm, light, ascending plane.
Ooh, yikes. Ascendant.
Fleet, Savathun,
Fleet.
Black Garden, Fleet and Ascendant. Then in this safe room, you'll have Taken 1, Darkness 2, and Peanut 2 grab the 3 relics. Essentially what you're trying to do is if you have a partner that's supposed to do a relic job with you, you get it in one room, then they get it in the next one, and then it swaps back to you. Okay, so now we're in room 3. For this room, this is where the jumping gets important because the Darkness relic holder needs to jump back and forth over a large pit to cleanse both teams. I suggest waiting for a cleanse after killing your first wave of glyph keepers to cleanse before you go into the next section of ads. For the Taken relic holder, you can cleanse once after getting 2 small blights. So you go to the left, get a blight, go to the right, get a blight, cleanse. Then you do the same thing one more time, left and right, and then you cleanse again. What this does is it allows you to cleanse everything really quickly without the ads really spawning in for the sections. Ideally, you want to remove the Taken blight before the enemies even start to spawn so you're not getting hit too hard. If the enemies are already there, you just gotta ask the people on that side to use their blinding grenade launchers or suppression grenades to suppress the enemies or blind them so you're not getting hit while you're going there because you can't kill those enemies. For the peanut holder, after the glyph keeper has been killed, the knight will spawn on a podium in the middle of the pit between the left and the right teams. Glyph keeper, the knight's gonna spawn right there on that podium, so that's where you're gonna kill him. Make sure to kill this after killing a glyph keeper to extend your time. Once all the glyph keepers have been killed and the symbols have been revealed and the time extended, color 1 and color 2 will once again match their symbols, starting with the ones closest to the exit, and then you proceed to the next safe room to switch boss with your partner. Same spot as last time.
Thank you.
Love, fleet, brain.
Am I still be calling out?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Sorry.
All good.
Fleet.
Tower, Blackheart, Earth.
Earth.
Fleet and Earth. Watch out for the squeebs.
Oh, wait, watch out. Ninja, get back.
Taken 2, Peanut 1, and Darkness 1 are gonna grab the relics here. Now if you've gotten through room 3, it's just one more room. Room 4, you're almost done. So this room has 2 rooms for the glyph keepers, one on the far left and one on the far right close to the entrance, and the rest of the platforms are floating ones in the middle. Whoever has a super and doesn't have a buff or a relic just goes into one of those rooms after the tether has been destroyed, so the Taken blight has been destroyed, clears that room out, and from here onward you could stay on one of the floating middle platforms, either close to the left side or close to the right side. What this does is it allows the person with the darkness relic not go far distances to be able to cleanse each team. So he could just cleanse left on the middle floating platform, cleanse right on the middle floating platform, and it makes it really easy for him to go back and forth. Just make sure you're being careful here, especially if you have a relic, not to fall off the map, because like I said, the platforms are floating, so you could easily jump off or get hit as you're trying to jump by one of the enemies, so be careful with that. The person with the Taken relic has to do the same thing. You clear 2 blights and then you go for a cleanse, and you clear 2 more, go for a cleanse, and now you could stay on the same side as your teammate so that you can help out with that clear. The person with the darkness relic, like I said, is just gonna float back and forth after each wave of enemies have been killed to get a cleanse for the teams. For the peanut relic holder, they could help with enemies from a distance, but when the knight spawns in the center floating platform, it's their job to just get rid of him, make sure he's down so that you can extend the time, because you need more time on the clock in this room. Once the knights and the glyph keepers have been killed, then color 1 and color 2 do the symbols one more time while the peanut holder waits at the door ready to deposit it in the safe room. The first call out that's closest to the exit is pretty easy for everyone to see, but you would have to go into one of those 4 rooms I talked about in the beginning to get the next 2 call outs. Once you get them and you shoot the correct ones on the wall, the peanut holder can go in, place it, that resets the time, and then everybody can slowly go into the rooms to deposit as well. Love, kill, Savathun.
Love.
I killed myself too. God damn it.
Love and what?
Worship.
This controller is fucking whack. Once all the relics have been deposited, you're done. So just a few things to keep in mind. Each safe room that you go into after the first one has screeds, so be careful not to die to those. Also, don't drop the relic trying to change weapons. It's very important that you don't try to call the symbols if you're not color 1 or color 2, so you don't accidentally call the same symbol and you're shooting at the wrong things on the door. Also, don't chase after the darkness holder for cleanse. Just be patient on your side and just trust that they'll come to you. If they make mistakes doing it, just let them know so that they could do it a little bit faster. As a caller, make sure you know what side you'll be calling from as you progress. So while you're killing your enemies, keep an eye out to see if you could see the symbols on your side. If you don't, then you know you have to cross over to the other side to be able to see those. Use your supers and your heavy whenever you don't have a relic, because sometimes you would be the only one on your side who does not have a relic, which means you have to kill the enemies by yourself with little assistance from your teammates. So make sure that if you have heavy, you have blinding grenades, you have supers, use those roaming supers so you don't die and then people with the relics have to res you. Alright, so that's it. I wish you guys the best of luck on your next teaching run or your next attempt. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. And if this video helped you in any ways, don't forget to leave a like on the video and share it with other people as well, because they might need it too. If you're new here, you can subscribe so you can see the next video that I do to show you either a guide or just share experiences from Destiny 2 with you. I'll catch you all on the next one. Stay positive, stay safe. Peace.